Hello, Kuru and Nikki. I want to make a quick video. I'm going to upload another video afterwards, but first I want to respond to some of Nikki's stuff and actually Kuru's ice hole swimming. He's a fargan ice hole. First of all, Nikki, you mentioned Hannah. Say hi to Hannah for me. Whether or not she likes the Doves Cry song with the accordion. Just tell her hi. Maybe I'll see her sometime soon. I don't know. You talked a lot about the volunteer thing that you did, and that's really cool. You know, one of the things you talked about was haggling for prices, and I am no good at that, whether I have to do it seriously or not. And I think I told you this when I went to buy my guitar. You mentioned that Kuru, walked into an automobile dealership with a car that doesn't run and a family there and needing to travel. Obviously not a good bargaining position, but he, I think, when I think about going down to buy the carbon fiber guitar, I drove down to this place in Salt Lake City. The guy knew I'd come from Pendleton, played a bunch of guitars, and I was like, yeah, I want this one. And I thought it was really cool that he said, well, I don't have to sell you that one. I could order one for you and it'd be cheaper, because I probably would have been suckered into spending more if he hadn't been so nice. But, when you think about it, he's not making that much more off a more expensive guitar. And he's going to get, I'm going to tell people to go to him if they need him. And if I have issues, I'm going to call him back and I'm going to spend money with him because I trust him. So, I don't know, the whole haggling thing. Big tangent, sorry. The show went well. We did 8 performances. As I mentioned in my last video, I only came in late on stage one time. Other than that, it was pretty solid. I had a good time. It was exhausting. It was just a lot of time. And actually, today is the first day that I felt really kind of focused and together in probably 3 weeks. Because of the show, which is crazy, and you talk about how your time is worth nothing, Nikki. Well, my time is worth nothing either at this point. But I'm in this play, and we're supposed to get there at 5:30 every night. We don't get out till at the earliest 10:30. I was one of the first people to leave every night. I was really quick after we were done. I would get out of there, and most everyone else was there. I think they didn't leave till 11, most of them. And I just can't imagine, and this comes back again to what you were talking about with kids doing everything. There were a number of high school kids in the play, but there were a couple girls in particular that I hung out with a lot, and one of them is the daughter of a woman who was really great family, but the woman was a choir instructor for our kids. But her daughter is on the dance team, in the choir, and doing this play. The dance team was going to competitions so one weekend the dance team went to a competition in the Dalles or someplace, Portland I guess, and then we had a show that night, so she had to drive to Portland, do the competition, come back, and got there right before the show. And then the next weekend she had a choir contest in the Dalles. Actually both girls had that, and actually the woman who was playing piano and singing in the play is the choir instructor for them. So I just can't imagine living my life like that. I just need that downtime. And like today, I got up and I'm still working on these hidden words. I do one every morning. I got up and I did a hidden word. It was 8 o'clock when I finished because I got up early for the fast. And then I basically wanted to listen to all of them, and I've actually got 29 of them now. It takes almost 15 minutes to go through them all. So I actually took a camper pad, one of the camp pads that I bought, and put it down on the floor in my closet here. And I lay down and just closed my eyes and listened to them for 45, 50 minutes. And kind of meditated a little bit. And it felt really good to just relax and do that. But I need that downtime. I need that kind of just to sit there and think about things in order to be more effective. And if I don't have it, I'm just a lot less effective. So anyway, time's worth nothing. But I think you find things to fill your time. Speaking of which, I talked to Kuru yesterday. There was some talk from people that I know about me running for city council. I decided not to do it, but a couple of people came and talked to me about it, and it just is, it's one of those things where I started thinking about it. It was just crazy. As well as Baha'is, we're not supposed to be involved in politics, and you could do it apolitically in some ways, but at the same time, it's like a can of worms, and I don't know. I suspect there would be more problems associated with it than potential good that could come out of it. But it was a little tempting. Speaking of time not being worth anything, apparently Carews' time isn't worth anything either, because he has time to go chop a hole in ice for no reason and then jump in it. That was just I actually, while you're sitting there hammering away, I'm thinking, what else could you be doing with that time, Carew? You could be, well, you were making videos for us, so I guess that's time well spent. But so the funny thing is, Carew, in Indian country right now, there's this thing going around on Facebook where they're calling it the 2014 Winter Challenge, and basically what it is, you post a video on Facebook of yourself jumping in some open water and submerging yourself, and you call out a whole list of people on Facebook and say, you guys have 24 hours to do this yourself, and call out other people. And it's actually there's a ton of people been doing it. A lot of people I know, tribal members out on the rest. And so I posted a link to your video to a whole bunch of those people to check out. And I got a number of comments on it, and they were like, that guy's crazy. So I thought it was cool, though, in spite of all that. I appreciate the fact that you're making yourself miserable for my entertainment, because that's really the only reason you're doing it. Last thing, I'm putting up a video after this one. We've had a lot of rain recently, so the river's been really high. I took a lot of video footage of it, and I cut it together, and I put like 5 of the hidden words that I've done behind it, or bits and pieces of them, not the whole ones, just so it fits in there fairly nicely. And that way it gives you a nice little sampling of what I've actually been doing without you having to listen to a bunch of them. Like I said, I've got 29 of them now, so it takes a long time to listen to them. But I'm still really, really enjoying it. It's a great little challenge every morning, and I do it, and I feel accomplished, and I feel kind of energized, and like I want to do other stuff. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I will talk to you guys soon.